Hey guys, welcome to Plantfully Megan. In this video, we're going to talk about how to sprout wheatgrass and Peashoots. Here at Plantfully Megan, we like to talk about plant-based eating and living a detox lifestyle. And what better way to live a detox lifestyle than to get your wheatgrass shots in and eat lots of yummy sprouts. Now, there's lots of different things that you can sprout and different ways that you can sprout. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about wheatgrass and Peashoots. It was something I was going to be doing today anyhow in the kitchen, so I thought I'd bring you along. Wheatgrass is one of my personal favorites. I love a wheatgrass shot, and man, is it so good for you. It is great at supporting our detox systems and getting plenty of that really restorative chlorophyll in our bodies, and much cheaper to do it at home than to be getting it our juice shots at a juice bar or something. I'm going to show you how we got this. This is actually a second grow on a tray of wheatgrass that I did last week. And we have another jar of wheat berries soaking right now. So this is what we're going to use and plant in this tray right now. So I've been soaking these berries for anywhere between 12 and 24 hours, and you can soak them for a little less. Generally speaking, with hard wheat berries like this for wheatgrass, you want to do at least overnight since they are dense and need a little bit of time to soak up all that water and activate the growing, sprouting cycle. So we're gonna do the draining right now. This lid does not fit for this, but it works for draining. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain this water, and then we're gonna spread them in this tray. All right, now that these are drained and rinsed, I am going to go ahead and spread them evenly along our sprouting tray. I went to the garden right before this and I got a bunch of fresh compost. So we have some rich soil. You can also just use some organic potting mix if you don't have a compost bin going. But it's nice and easy to be able to go out to the compost. Well, one thing that's great about wheat berries and doing the wheatgrass is you can really spread it pretty thick on here. I gotta get the remaining out of the bottom of this jar. All right, you can see how we have a big pile of the wheat berries, and I'm just gonna spread them evenly. What's great about wheatgrass is if they're kind of piled on top of each other a little bit, that is okay. It still will work. You don't want it too thick on there, but you really do want a nice thick sprout of wheatgrass going. If you want to have a nice lush grass, you need quite a few of the wheatberry seeds to cover the tray. So what I did to measure this was when they were still dry and this tray was empty, I dumped all the wheat berries in the tray and saw the amount that would cover it so that I wouldn't be able to see the bottom of the tray. Like you can see here, you can't really see the soil. And that's what you're going for. All right, now we have evenly spread them, and I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a water. You do not want standing water, but you wanna make sure that your soil is nice and moist. And then we are just gonna sit this on one of the bottom rungs of my sprouting tower over there and let it sit for a few days. It'll take about 3 to 5 days for them to really blossom and start looking gorgeous like this wheatgrass. And then as the time is going by and they start to sprout, I'll rotate them to the tops of my sprouting tray so they get plenty of sun. One thing that is great about wheatgrass is that you can get a second grow out of it, sometimes even a third, but you just have to make sure that you're watering it every day, making sure the soil is not getting dry as you go, and you'll get this nice lush wheatgrass. And then we just clip it and throw it into our juicer to get a nice wheatgrass juice. One thing that's great about sprouting is I've never accidentally over-soaked my seeds, because whenever we're soaking our seeds overnight, sometimes I'll forget about them and not get to it to the next day, but soaking seeds for longer than 24 hours has not been a problem for me yet. All right, moving on to pea shoots. Here we have some pea shoots that have been soaked. I had put them in a large jar and soaked them overnight. And then whenever they were done soaking, I drained and rinsed them, and then I spread them evenly on a wet paper towel. on this sprouting tray that is, it's actually mesh at the bottom so that there's no standing water. And then I put a wet paper towel on top. And as you can see, we have some lovely little pea shoots starting to happen. We also like to keep these in a nice dark spot. You kind of want to create a dark soil-like condition. So we had them also on one of the bottom rungs of the sprouting tray. It's okay if there's a little bit of indirect light, but you really don't want direct sunlight on seeds that are soaking in their jar overnight or you're just starting to sprout. Now, pea shoots do better if they're in soil, so I also got some soil for the pea shoots ready to go here. And we're just gonna transfer these already starting to sprout pea shoots into a soil-based medium. All right, we're gonna just spread these evenly. You don't want these stacking on top of one another like the wheat berries were, but a little bit of thick coverage is okay. You want to try and get a little bit more where these are able to hit the soil. All right, and now we're going to just go ahead and give this soil a nice good water. Again, we don't want standing water, but we do want the soil nice and wet. And I am just going to place this tray over it just to continue to give it a little bit more shade. And I'm also going to put a cloth over it just so it stays nice and dark for the next few days. Then when the sprouts have got about 1 inch or 2 tall, I take that off and we put them in light so they can begin to really produce those beautiful green leafy pea shoots. Thank you for joining us in today's video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, or if you have a different way that you like to sprout your pea shoots or your wheatgrass, please comment below. I always love learning new methods of doing things. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more.